Corporate lobbyists. This is one of the largest and most powerful categories of lobbying. It consists of individual corporations that lobby directly for their own specific interests. This can be a tech company like Google arguing against new data privacy regulations, a defense contractor like Lockheed Martin advocating for a larger military budget, or an oil company like ExxonMobil pushing for favorable energy policies. They hire their own teams of in-house lobbyists or contract with large K Street lobbying firms. Trade associations. A trade association is a lobby group that represents the collective interests of an entire industry or sector. Instead of one company lobbying for itself, a trade association pools the resources of many companies. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce is a massive example, representing a broad range of American businesses. More specific examples include the Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, which lobbies for the drug industry, and the American Petroleum Institute, which lobbies for the oil and gas industry. Labor unions. Labor unions are the organized voice of workers. Their lobbying efforts are focused on protecting the rights, wages, and working conditions of their members. They advocate for policies like raising the minimum wage, strengthening workplace safety regulations, and protecting the right to organize. Major examples include the AFL-CIO, a massive federation of many different unions, and more specific unions like the United Auto Workers. Professional associations. These groups represent the interests of individuals in a specific profession. Their lobbying often focuses on issues of professional standards, licensing, and funding that affects their field. The American Medical Association is one of the most powerful, representing doctors and lobbying on healthcare policy. Another major example is the American Bar Association, which represents lawyers and lobbies on issues such as legal services corporation funding, judicial security, and other matters affecting the legal profession and the courts. Farm groups. This category represents the diverse interests of the agricultural sector. It includes broad organizations like the American Farm Bureau Federation, which represents farmers in general. It also includes more specialized commodity groups, like the National Corn Growers Association, that lobby for policies favorable to their specific crop. These groups have a huge influence on the multi-year Farm Bill, which sets U.S. agricultural and food policy. Single-issue advocacy groups. These groups are intensely focused on one specific issue or a narrow set of related issues. Their members are often highly motivated by a passionate belief or a moral cause. This is a very broad category that includes groups from across the political spectrum. Famous examples include the National Rifle Association, which lobbies against gun control, Planned Parenthood, which advocates for reproductive rights, and environmental groups like the Sierra Club. Ideological groups. These groups are dedicated to promoting a broad, consistent political ideology. Instead of focusing on a single issue, they are interested in a wide range of policies that align with their worldview. Examples include Americans for Democratic Action, which advocates for liberal and progressive policies, and the American Conservative Union, which promotes conservative principles. These groups often produce scorecards that rate how consistently a politician votes with their ideology. Civil rights and social justice groups. These are public interest groups focused on protecting the civil rights and liberties of specific communities. They lobby against discrimination and advocate for policies that promote equality and justice. The most famous and historically significant examples include the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the American Civil Liberties Union, and the Human Rights Campaign, which advocates for LGBTQ rights. Consumer advocacy groups. These are public interest groups whose primary mission is to protect the rights of consumers. They lobby for stronger regulations related to product safety, fair financial practices, and truth in advertising. They are the watchdogs that fight against predatory lending, unsafe products, and corporate malpractice. Groups like Public Citizen and the Consumer Federation of America are prominent examples. Religious organizations. These are lobby groups that advocate for policies based on the moral, ethical, and social teachings of their faith. This is a diverse category that includes individual denominations, large church bodies, and dedicated religious policy groups. They can be incredibly influential on social issues, with some groups lobbying for restrictions on abortion and others advocating for social justice and poverty relief programs. Veterans organizations. These are powerful and respected lobby groups that advocate for the interests of former military service members. Their lobbying efforts are focused on issues like securing funding for the Department of Veterans Affairs, improving veterans' health care, protecting pensions and disability benefits, and promoting policies that support military families. The American Legion and the Veterans of Foreign Wars are two of the largest and most influential examples. Senior groups. These are advocacy groups focused on the welfare of older Americans. Their primary focus is on protecting and strengthening the two pillars of senior security: Social Security and Medicare. They are a politically powerful force due to the high voter turnout among seniors. The AARP is by far the largest and most powerful of these groups, with a massive membership that gives it immense influence on any policy affecting retirees. Think tanks. While primarily research organizations, some think tanks and their affiliated advocacy arms also try to influence legislation and public policy. They shape policy by producing detailed reports, providing expert testimony at congressional hearings, and having their scholars meet directly with lawmakers and their staff. Ideological think tanks like the Heritage Foundation on the right and center for American Progress on the left play a major role in shaping the specific details of legislation. Nonprofit and charitable lobbies. This is a broad category of nonprofit institutions that lobby for their own specific interests. These organizations advocate for favorable tax treatment, funding, or policies related to their missions. It also includes major hospitals and universities, which are often among the largest lobbying spenders, pushing for healthcare funding, federal research grants, and regulatory policies that affect their operations. Government entity lobbies. This is a unique category where governments lobby other governments. This includes state and local governments, which maintain offices in Washington, D.C., to lobby Congress for federal funding for things like highway projects or disaster relief. This includes state, local, and territorial governments, as well as public authorities and similar governmental bodies, which lobby Congress and federal agencies for funding, regulatory changes, and program support. Tribal governments. As sovereign nations, federally recognized Native American tribes engage in government-to-government lobbying. Their representatives advocate for issues crucial to tribal sovereignty, such as funding for tribal programs, protection of land and water rights, and honoring treaty obligations. This is a unique and constitutionally distinct form of lobbying, separate from that of state or local governments. Foreign lobbies. This refers to agents of foreign principles, including foreign governments, political parties, companies, and other foreign entities, who seek to influence U.S. policy and public opinion. This is a legal and highly regulated activity. Foreign governments will hire American lobbying firms to arrange meetings with members of Congress and the State Department to promote favorable trade deals and to encourage foreign aid or military support. The lobbying efforts of countries like Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Taiwan are often the subject of intense public scrutiny. Thanks for watching. Which of these lobby groups do you think has the most influence? Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.